You record yourself filming something, designing a level, animating something. Can you write a thread that elucidates a challenging concept on Twitter and try to, get it out there in the world for people to be able to latch onto? Any of these things can help.
This is quite the all-star panel we got here tonight.
We also need to give consideration. We need to remember that marginalized people are encountering the same kind of industry resistance that you might experience, but they're also going to get it across the board and often worse.
What does that even mean? They're experiencing the same thing that you're experiencing, except worse. Well, then they're not.
Because you have to experience it twice as hard, Smash. You have to experience it twice as hard.
She's trying so hard to play both sides of the fence. She's like, oh no, you guys have it tough too, and they do too, but they also have it really tough though. It's like, well, which one is it?
So instead of throwing your hands up in frustration when another ad goes out without any answers from marginalized talent, please consider that every time you hire one person based on an ad, you're rejecting X amount of others. And when you're already up against an unfeeling world, that adds up. So
you're against an unfeeling world, Smash. It's an unfeeling, cruel, cruel world.
F this person, by the way. This is literally the embodiment.
Smash, how dare you?
This is everything that's wrong with the game industry right now is what she just said right there.
Give consideration. Make sure you're considering that whenever you're seeking marginalized talent. And of course, finally, give back. Ultimately, in our industries, we're all lucky in different ways, just to work day in and day out in this industry, just to be.
Some of us marginalized people are making hundreds of thousands of dollars as marginalized CEOs.
Here in a talk like this, to be able to talk to our peers, to our colleagues. This is an industry, and we exist in industries that are so hard to break into. So when someone comes to you and says that they need something, consider how fortunate you've been, how privileged you've been, who has supported you, right? And try to be that person and open those resources to someone else. And do it in different ways, right? It doesn't have.
Right.
Not if they're white. If they're white, kick them out on the street in the cold. Who cares? They're homeless. They don't have anything else to do. They can code like a master, but they're smelly white man out.
She's using. This is what they do. They use coded language because the language that exists that people use would be illegal. So they have to use different words to dance around what the legalities are. To be like, oh, we're looking for diversity. What do you mean by that? Why can't you ever actually explain what diversity is? Well, it's just different voices from different
It's a nebula. It's nebulous, Smash. Right. It takes twice. It's twice as difficult to explain.
It's like you say that word, you have to be winking when you say it. Like, oh, diversity.
In your own industry, you can reach outside of your industry and into others. You can pull other people. We have seen people change industries and get into this job because they didn't realize what they were interested in. And the aim here really. And the reason that I say
pause for a sec. Did you just say we've seen people get into this industry because they didn't realize what they were interested in? Did I mishear that?
Nope, you didn't. That's exactly what she said.
She said it really quick. I need to rewind that. Hold on.
What?
Right? It doesn't have to be in your own industry. You can reach outside of your industry and into others. You can pull other people. We have seen people change industries and get into this job because they didn't realize what they were interested in. And the aim.
No, that's fair. So she's saying we've pulled people into this industry because they didn't realize what they were interested in.
Fair enough.
I think she's saying like they realized when they got here that this is what they were interested in. I think I'll just give her the benefit of the doubt for once here on that one.
She here really, and the reason that
she was kind enough to come on as a guest.
Look at her. Look at how she adores you right now, Smash. She's
I adore her too.
Go away, Kim. He's married.
I say it's. We can spread outside the industries because
we have 16 more likes to go to get to 700. We need to get to 700. We need to beat Hypnotic's like count tonight, guys. We got to do it. We got Kim Belair with us.
And send some of them our way while you're at it.
Yes.
We have 1,260 subscribers now. Sorry, 10,260
damn, what happened? You had 9,000 people unsubscribed?
No, we have 10,260 subscribers. My bad.
It's the most unsuccessful stream ever. You've lost 9,000.
Kim was just too much. It was just too much. Kim was just like, all of you unsubscribe now.
Oh, shout out to you guys. We just got 735 likes. Appreciate you guys.
Aim is to adjust the overall way that we move through the world, and to kind of add more generosity when we can, because representation can never be selfish. And I promise, though it takes time.
Whoa.
Representation can never be selfish.
Whoa. From what perspective? Because if all you're doing is thinking of yourself,
no one can hear you except for me.
And probably the neighbors. I'm sorry. My mic didn't catch
the neighbors
that
are going to give me looks tomorrow, and what am I going to have to do? I'm going to have to pretend I don't see them.
Right.
Did the microphone not catch my laugh again?
It never does.
Ugh, stupid mic. Someone please find a microphone that can handle my frequency.
There isn't.
You will get what you give. So to end, I want to say simply that none of this is magic, and the question of where do I find diverse talent isn't a hard one. It's just sometimes hard to see. But if you're willing to do the work and to give of yourselves and of your projects, then you won't simply get diversity, you will become part of it yourself.
Imagine living in a world where instead of needing to hire checkboxes to get funding, you actually just made a good product and sold it and paid people their value for their hard work and paid them more. So it wasn't such a struggle to find people to work for you. Imagine living in that world.
Do you realize what she said, though? Give of yourself and give of your project. In other words, sacrifice your integrity, sacrifice your project being successful, sacrifice all these things just to be diverse for the sake of being diverse.
Yeah, that's pretty much what she said.
I need to rewind that because I missed that part. Hold on.
The question of where do I find diverse talent isn't a hard one. It's just sometimes hard to see. But if you're willing to do the work and to give of yourselves and of your projects, then you won't simply get diversity. You will become part of it yourself.
So she is straight up admitting that it will ruin your project. But
she's basically saying, give of yourself, give of your project, and you'll be diverse and you'll be immersed by it. And it's like, okay, at what cost?
Why would you do that? She didn't replace
no. Just replace the word of with up.
Right, but she didn't give the benefit. Like, she gave the presentation, and she's like, just hire diverse people for the purpose of hiring diverse people. And it's like, well, okay, why would I do this? What benefit is to me? Well, it may lower the quality of your product. Okay. Still waiting for the benefit of what is the benefit of this? I think it's the unspoken thing that she said, that the mask slip moment she had earlier in this presentation when she was saying, oh, for funding purposes. But she only mentioned that one time. Remember that?
Yeah, look, this was honestly, this whole thing is just crazy, the way that this person thinks. And I really do believe, I think you're right, Smash. This is clearly talking points. This is clearly just like, follow these instructions, okay? Work twice as hard and read these words and follow these instructions.
For all we know, she has the instructions literally on her screen and is reading a script.
That's what the PowerPoint is. She's literally reading it. I guarantee.
Oh, yeah, good point.
100%.
Thank you.